What is up? I am Matt and welcome to AverageDudeTV. Today we're going to be going over the Off-White Nike Air Presto Blacks, which are going to be releasing on Friday, July 27th, which is this Friday. And if you saw the first video, I mentioned some of the raffles and some of the ways to cop these, but in today's video I'm going to go over all the raffles and the additional stores that are going to be carrying this, as well as how to get multiple entries, and just how to really increase your chances to get these shoes, because these shoes are like almost the holy grail. First, I'm going to start with talking about some of the raffles, and I'm going to cover the US as well as some countries in Europe. So the US has a number of in-person raffles. The first one is BAIT, which is going to be in California, Washington, Oregon, and Colorado. And by the way, all of these links are going to be in the description box below, so you guys can literally just click it and enter, and I'll try to organize it by like country and all that as well. But I highly suggest that you also follow us on Twitter at AverageDudeTV, because any new additions, any new information, all future releases and all of that, I'm going to be posting on Twitter. As well as we'll be posting stuff on Instagram, also at AverageDudeTV. But enough shameless self-promoting, let's get back to it. We also have Bodega doing an in-store in Boston and Los Angeles. Extra Butter New York is doing a raffle which has shipping. Kith is doing in-store in Soho, Brooklyn, LA, and Miami. Undefeated is doing one in San Francisco, Arizona, and Vegas. If you're in Italy, Antonia is doing a raffle on Instagram for in-store pickup. By the way, the website I use, or one of the websites I use to get a lot of this information, is SoleRetriever.com. I use them. They have a lot of these raffles. And I also use Sneaker News and SoleLinks. I just take the information, I gather it, and I kind of give it to you, but you guys can monitor that stuff as well if you want to make sure that you don't miss out on any new raffles or anything like that. If you're in the UK, Browns is doing a raffle where it's online and you can get it shipped, but you can only get it shipped in the UK, and I actually entered this raffle before I saw it was UK, so kind of a fold there. But no worries, there's plenty of opportunities in the US to get this shoe, and also in the UK you have Footpatrol. And Germany has a decent amount of in-person pickups as well. They have BTSN, Overkill, SoleBox, and Soto. And I believe those last three might do shipping within Germany, or they might be in person. I'm not actually 100%. Now, the raffles that you can get in the US, I know most of the people here are in the US. So you're gonna have End, you're gonna have Excelsior, Foot District, Livestock, on their Instagram. They're actually based out of Canada, but they're shipping to the US. You have Naked, sneakers and stuff, and there might be one or two other ones that I missed or that have yet to be announced. And then if you're in Spain, finally, the Foot District is doing it in person, so there you go, Spain. Now, I know what you're thinking, Matt, that's cool. These shoes are freaking certified. Yes! How do I cop multiple pairs? So, to get multiple entries, a lot of these raffles, honestly, the companies are smaller and there's not much security, and it's just kind of like a simple form that you fill out and you submit it, and there's not much kind of cross-referencing information. The exception is going to be End. End, to get multiple entries, you're going to need to make multiple accounts. It's pretty simple, guys. You're just going to need a different email and you're going to need a different credit card. I believe you could use the same name and same address. However, personally, I recommend trying to use different names and addresses if possible, just because I really don't want to take a chance of getting banned or disqualified. Obviously, you don't want to make 10 entries with the same name and address, but you could make like 2 or 3, and if you have access to maybe like your parents' name or credit card or one of your friends or anything like that, then feel free to make more, but I really wouldn't try to go over 3. You really want to tread lightly here. They're a good retailer, and you really don't want to screw this one up. I mean, these are the Off-White Prestos, baby. So that's End. The rest of them are pretty simple, like they're just forms, so you can make up your phone numbers, you can make up kind of emails, or you could do, pretty much what you could do is you just type in your email and then you type +1, submit, and it actually goes through the form as if it's a different email, but it'll get forwarded to the same email. So like if my email is AverageDudeTV@gmail.com, I would write AverageDudeTV +1@gmail.com, and in the system it wouldn't recognize it that it's the same address, but the email would actually still get sent to the same inbox. Actually, Keith Adam introduced me to that, which is pretty cool. Shout out to him. You know what, I'm gonna put the link for his channel in the description down below, because I appreciate him, and a lot of people have been making comments in reference to him, and he's a great guy, makes great content, and if you haven't seen his videos, I would recommend checking him out. Now, as far as the other information fields for the raffles, Like I said, phone number, for most of them you could kind of just type in a random number, they don't verify it. A lot of them don't even really ask your address. Now for the in-store pickups, you're gonna need to make sure that the name that you put down is actually your name or your friend's name or somebody that can go and pick the shoes up, because most likely you're probably gonna have to show some sort of ID. So like you can't just make up a name or you know, or do your name 8 times, because they're not gonna let you pick up 8 pairs of shoes at the same exact location. You might be able to get away with it if there's multiple different stores and you do your name at, you know, like for example, Kith has 2 New York stores. Maybe you'd be able to get away with it if you did one at Soho and one in Brooklyn. I'm not 100% sure, but you need to think it out. And honestly, just try to get your friends on board. I think that's the way to do it. Just like group cop and do it that way. Try to use different payment methods if they require it in the raffle. Addresses, for the most part, honestly, they don't really verify that much. But if you really want to change it up, you could literally just write, you know, like apartment 1, suite 5, floor 2, stuff like that, assuming that you live in a house. If you want to like start investing in this, you could go out and get a UPS box. I have one of those. Just don't get a PO box though, because they don't really like putting like big packages and stuff. But if you're trying to invest, actually this is what I did for Supreme last season. I rented a UPS box, that way I could get a separate address, and I just got a credit card, put my credit card on that address, and that way I had my dorm address and I had the UPS address. That's pretty much it with the raffles. Now, as far as releasing on Friday, it's kind of confusing for the US, I guess. If you're in Europe, it shows up on your Nike sneakers app. It says it's gonna be a drawing. A drawing pretty much is at 10 a.m. You have, I don't know, usually anywhere from 5 to 30 minutes to enter. And then at the end, when the timer clocks out, it kind of randomly selects people. So that's what it is for Europe. But for the US, as far as the Nike release, it's not on the sneakers app, which I'm looking at right now just to make sure. So they might just kind of like add it to the app in the next couple of days before the release. It might show up like just randomly at 10 a.m. Or they could just be clowning on us and they could just do a complete random drop at a random time, in which case you're pretty much only thing that you could do is go on Twitter right now and follow SoleLinks, as well as there's a bunch of different sneaker pages on there that tweet stuff out, and follow them and turn on your notifications. That way, like if this thing goes live at complete random, we're not just sitting there like scratching our heads trying to like figure out what the hell just happened. But as far as tertiary retailers are concerned, Dover Street Market is doing a first come first serve in the US as well as Europe. I'm looking at it right now and it says Dover Street Market in the US for the first come first serve. Actually also in the UK it says that's going live on the 28th at 8 a.m. and then in parentheses it says 27th possible. So I don't know. This is kind of a weird release in my opinion. It's already Tuesday and like it's not really clear about like the first come first serves and everything like that. At least we have the raffles to look forward to. As far as I can see, the Dover Street Market is the only first come first serve that's kind of actually like verified with like a time, kind of, even though they're not even sure if it's going the 27th or the 28th. With that said, you could expect a couple other retailers to have a first come first serve. You might see Footpatrol, SoleBox, and a couple other ones. A lot of them have like a queue system pretty much where you have to just go on at that time, refresh the page, and you wait in the queue. While the queue is refreshing, do not refresh the page manually, because then you'll kind of have to start from the beginning. Usually those releases are at 3 a.m. so that would be like 3 a.m. Friday morning. I tried to do those releases for the Nike Pars that dropped last Saturday actually, and it's really difficult because the queues can take like 1 to 3 hours and it's 3 a.m. Eastern time, and you gotta stay up until 6 a.m. just for a chance to get in. But for these shoes, I mean, some of you guys might try to do that. Hell, I might even do that. Now, to get multiple entries for Nike, you will need also to make multiple Nike accounts. Now, before we get into that, you need to know that you can only have a max of 3 accounts per IP address. IP address is basically your internet address. The easy workaround for this is literally you just turn the Wi-Fi off your phone, you make sure that you're on data, and your phone will have a different IP address. Now you're gonna need multiple accounts, and these accounts are gonna be a little bit more difficult because you need real phone numbers, because you need to verify these phone numbers. But it is kind of an easy workaround because you literally just say, hey mom, hey dad, hey buddy, hey Joe, hey dog, whoever, and you get that code sent to their phone number and then you verify it, and that's it. Again, you're gonna need different emails for this. You can use the same address, but you're gonna need different payment methods. I mean, it's the same stuff every release pretty much. Different payment methods. You could use the same name, same address. Another workaround to the IP problem is if you wanna buy a VPN. VPN pretty much allows you to access remotely other IP addresses. So your computer will appear as if it's somewhere else. They cost like $10 to $15 a month. Now, if you decide to do that and you're gonna enter from different IP addresses on the same computer, make sure that you're either clearing your cookies or using an incognito window on Chrome, because even if it's a different IP address, if the cookies are still saved, when you go to the website, it's gonna be able to tell, and that's gonna be an issue, and that might cause your entries to get deleted and or you get actually banned. So you don't want that to happen. And I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. It's probably, according to the EU, going to be a 5 to 30 minute window to enter, and it'll be a drawing that way. Maybe it'll be a first come, first serve. And also expected, most probably, will be a Nike sneakers pass. Almost guaranteed in New York, Chicago, and I heard LA as well. Now about the resale of the shoe in itself. Right now it's going for about 800 according to StockX. They've sold 300 pairs already. The following Friday, which is August 3rd, they're releasing the white version of it. Now, personally, guys, I think the black pair looks nicer, and I think ultimately after the white pair comes out and all of that, that the black pair is gonna go for higher. I'm curious to know what you guys think, if you like the white or the black pair better, so comment that down below. If any more information becomes available, I'm gonna be updating the description so you guys know if there's any more raffles, or when the information about the time and method of Nike's US release comes out, I'll be updating that. If you guys got something out of this video, please, please, please hit the subscribe button and give it a thumbs up, and even just drop a comment down below. I've been blown away, honestly, over the last couple days at the response I was getting from the first video that we dropped. I mean, not the first video we ever dropped. We've been doing this for 18 months. But for the first Black Presto video, dropped a couple days ago. You know what, guys? I just want to add value to you. I just want to help you guys out. I want to answer your questions, and I want to hear from you, and I want to learn from you guys as well. If you have any information that I missed, that I got wrong, comment it. And I love constructive criticism, which I have said, I will always say, because it's something I believe in. But yet I still get these comments that are people telling me that something's wrong, I'm inaccurate, blah, 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 blah. And they don't explain, they don't tell me why. And I respond, I say, okay, can you explain? And I get crickets. If you have a complaint, explain it to me so I understand what you're saying so I can fix it. If you just say, like, you suck, that doesn't help me get better, that doesn't help you, that helps nobody. So that's pretty much that, guys. If you have any ideas for future videos, comment them down below. I will be doing the same type of videos for the white version of this next week, and I'm gonna be doing a seller hold on the black one, which will be out Monday, so make sure you subscribe for that. And guess what, guys? I will see you in the next one.